The Yautja are back, but now they're hunting through time. From the Viking Age to feudal Japan to World War II. They're going after the most dangerous game and potentially meeting their match in every era. Before Arnie had a mud pie showdown, it seems this ugly mofo had history with history. In this uber-violent animated gem in Predator, Killer of Killers.
Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, the animated film Predator, Killer of Killers, directed and co-written by Dan Trachtenberg, who's known for directing 10 Cloverfield Lane, and of course the previous Predator installment, Prey. We open the film on 841 AD, as the leader of a Viking army by the name of Ursa takes her young son on a revenge tour, trying to separate the head from the body of her father's deleter. These God of War cosplayers are trekking through the snow and control alt-deleting anyone who gets in their way in the most goriest, gruesome way possible. However, they have a tag along they're unaware of in the shape of a Yautja that takes a fascination with the warrior's methods. Once Ursa comes face to face with her father's destroyer, the Yautja decides to join the party in a crimson-soaked, limb-tossing blender between fighting and badass alien tech. However, Ursa's having none of it! She's no pushover and puts up one hell of a fight. Then we cut to Japan in 1609, where we meet two young brothers pitted against each other by their father, to see which one is going to be the worthiest and become the samurai supreme. After a katana kerfuffle, one of the brothers then flees and is never heard from again. Then, wouldn't you know it, cut to 20 years later, and the brother that stayed behind then becomes Daddy Emperor. Once the other brother in hiding hears about this, he ninjas up and plays a game of Metal Gear Solid in RL, and sneaks around the Empire to delete his brother. However, there's another sneaky Yautja who has the same idea. That's when the shit hits the handheld fan, and it becomes a night of survival for everyone involved. Then, last story but certainly not least, we are whisked away to 1941, where a young mechanic by the name of Therese is drafted to the war and ends up on an aircraft carrier fixing planes. His only dream is to one day become a jet fighter pilot himself. And his dream may come sooner than previously envisioned. And it without doubt then becomes a nightmare. It seems that there's more than the French who are dogfighting with the Yankees up in the sky, as there's a cloaked Yautja ship ripping fighter planes out of the clouds. Therese works this out pretty bloody quickly and steals a junker fighter pilot to enter the danger zone. The storytelling in this anthology film is absolutely incredible. We get wrapped up with each individual story and characters. And then out of nowhere, the film does remind us a few times that this is actually a Predator film. And there is a lot of show, don't tell in this movie. Definitely in the middle section of the film, where I think there was only like a handful of words of dialogue spoken, where it's all actions from the character and very, very little dialogue. And of course, everything comes together quite nicely in the climax of the film. The animation style of this film feels to me like very similar to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that came out in 2023, which I also did a cheeky review of. However, I feel that the quality is a little bit of a step up, and it's absolutely superb. And thankfully, there's a lot of gore galore, bloody gruesome goodness. And so there should be. The Yautjas in this film, well, the name of the breed of predator that's in this movie, are all different and unique in their own individual way. The film also expands the lore of them. And as aforementioned, we get some awesome new tech in this movie. Look, I'm sure all of this tech that's in this film was mentioned or made appearances in any other comic book or video games or any other media of Predator content, no doubt. Because I'm sure that Trachtenberg has definitely done his research. But for me, this was the first time I was seeing this tech. The voice acting is all really good too. And we even get the legendary Michael Biehn voicing one of the characters. This film is immensely entertaining. There's also some real deep cuts and Easter eggs from previous Predator installments. We, of course, get a cameo from that infamous pistol from Part 2 and the movie Prey. And speaking of which, there's a cheeky little Easter egg right before the end credits. If you know, you know. This film gave Predator fans exactly what they've been asking for many years. To see Predators go through different times in history of the Earth and taking on the best warriors of that time. And here we get 3. This is a highly recommended film for any Predator fan. Yeah, I really dug this. I really enjoyed it and had a damn good time. Anyway, guys, that's my cheeky little review of Predator, Killer of Killers. Write down below if you've seen it. What are your thoughts on it? But more importantly, what is your favourite installment in the Predator franchise? And of course, if you've made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review, but until then, stay spooky, kids.